I don't have followers.
You don't have followers?
Not unless I'm in traffic.
No, but why are you making that point now?
Because I'm teasing you.
But for years, Lenz was a follower of Indian guru Sri Chinmoy, spiritual guide to the rich and famous, until, as Lenz tells it, the student of Chinmoy became the master. In 1980, Lenz incorporated himself as Frederick P. Lenz, High Priest, the First Diocese of California of the Church of Atlantis. That's right, Atlantis. You know the place. Here it is in the movie Atlantis, the Lost Continent. Sank into the ocean a few thousand years ago. Lenz claims he may have worked there as a computer programmer. For a Buddhist, Lenz had quite a sales pitch, blanketing college campuses with posters in the early 80s, calling himself Atmandana or Rama. He promised a short path to enlightenment. Lenz claimed he could deliver in just a minute, quote, levels of awareness that would have taken hundreds of years to reach on your own. Buddhism new and improved. And it worked.
You can do it in one lifetime if you have the right teacher.
Jim Piccarello thought he was signing up for meditation classes when he discovered Lenz in 1992. He says it changed his life.
In the beginning, it's sort of like you get this community feeling. We're all here and we're all doing this really great, spiritually ideal thing.
Engineering student Jan Wright, who's been with him for 4 years, says it all makes sense to her.
He taught me about meditation, he taught me about computer science and about business and sales. And I live the way I've always dreamed I would live. Mm-hmm. It's the American dream. I'm living the American dream.
Or maybe it's a Buddhist dream with an American twist. Fast-track Buddhism works, Lenz says. Just look at me.
You've described yourself as enlightened.
Definitely.
You are enlightened?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But not absolutely enlightened, as he told Larry King in 1988.
Do you claim to be one of the 12 truly enlightened beings on this planet?
No, of course not.
And you don't name the other 11?
No.
That's not true.
No.
But 3 weeks earlier, he was quoted in Newsweek claiming to be one of the 12, and he told us the same thing this year. The Buddhist equivalent of saying you're on the short list to be Pope.
I was told when I went to Kyoto, when I was visiting the monks there, that I had attained a certain level of enlightenment, that there were 12 people who had attained it, and that I was one of them.
This message, that he is Rama the Enlightened One, is intended for his paying students.
You believe Dr. Lenz is enlightened?
Yes, I do.
Fully enlightened?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you believe that he's enlightened?
The gold light, actually. It was the gold light. He turns the room gold. That's all you see is gold light. Kind of like if you looked into the sun and squinted.
So when you saw the gold light,
Yeah.
you
That's
said,
when I-
he's enlightened.
So he's enlightened. Yep. And I have no reason to believe otherwise. Is another reason.
Turning rooms into gold and making his students see all kinds of strange things is central to the teachings of Frederick Lenz. Just listen to Jim Piccarello.
I've seen him turn into a woman, into a prince, into this weird bug-like creature. I've seen him levitate and disappear except for a smile or his head. I've seen him grow 30 feet in the desert, skate around on beams of light. You know, this is pretty impressive stuff.
Claims of miracles and visions appeared in Lenz's posters and advertisements.
Why did you run this ad?
To let people know that I was giving classes in meditation.
And you could turn rooms into gold.
No, I didn't say that.
This man can turn a room
I was being
gold
funny.
in 60
Have a
seconds.
sense of humor.
Imagine what he can do for you.
It was a funny ad. It is possible some people could misinterpret them as some people misinterpret humor.
But people who went to your lecture claim they did see the room turn to gold.
Well, maybe they did.
Were you recruiting?
No, I was trying to get people to come to a seminar. And,
Did it work?
And yeah, obviously.
I thought, if this guy can turn the room into gold...
For
and
Jim,
along
one
with
miracle at one dinner with Lenz was all it took.
I was pretty much into it at the beginning of the dinner. By the end of the dinner, I was willing to hang out with that group for pretty much the rest of my life.
Well, your son is into some pretty deep stuff there.
Yeah. And what's scary is that he believed it.
That's great.
Sue O'Hearn, Jim's mom, told herself not to worry about this man her son called Rama, who she says was transforming her son's life before her eyes.
He's not in robes. He's not chanting. He's not on the street corners asking for money. That's all I knew what a cult was. How could this be a cult?
By the time she was through, though, Sue O'Hearn says she knew a lot about cults, and more than she ever wanted to know about the man called Rama.
When we come back, former students of Frederick Lenz with stories of the power they say he held over them, from how they did their jobs to how they dressed, and even whom they slept with.